Welcome to a special edition of the Assets of Value podcast. Altcoins for the next bull run that nobody is talking about. We will unlock and drop some serious alpha in this episode. Abe, where shall we start? Where shall we go with this? I am super stoked to be even having this discussion with you.
Yeah, man, I'm super pumped too. The market was fantastic, spectacular all these weeks. Bitcoin woke up from its ever stretching bear situation and it's trading about 28K. That's a solid level of support Bitcoin is having. An important thing is altcoins, the big cap altcoins, have not pumped much. That means Bitcoin dominance is high. Bitcoin is craving for all the attention in the crypto space, while microcaps and even nano caps, like under a million coins, they are pumping super hard.
And that's the thing, right? Nobody is talking about it. Everyone's looking at Bitcoin, everyone's looking at mid cap and micro cap altcoins, but there is a lot of activity happening in the nano caps. And what we have for our listeners and viewers is a selection that we think are going to be outperforming the market in the next bull run. Actually, even forget about the next bull run. Some of our coins and picks today have just literally increased 30, 40% from when we were looking at it and planning this podcast. So let's talk about our first one. No more wasting time. Let's just do it.
Yeah, absolutely agree.
Gamma. I want to start with Gamma. Let's start with Gamma. This one hasn't actually pumped as I was building it up to be, but we'll save those to later in the show. But Gamma Strategies is on our radar, so that's got a ticker GAMMA that had a all-time high of around 70 cents or just there and thereabouts. Currently, it's trading at 35 cents. Tell us a bit of background why we're bullish on Gamma.
I think the real world narrative for cryptocurrencies has shifted from a speculative investment to a fruitful and sustainable investment strategy platform. Why? Because central banks failed, at least two or three regional banks failed, and the SEC is going after the wrong players. On top of that, we are seeing good momentum, especially from projects, especially from VCs, and even the community. It's all coming back to the space. Like people literally started to trust Bitcoin and altcoins again. And Gamma Strategies, you can say it's a think tank. It's an automated yield optimization platform. That means you put some money into Gamma and they'll take care of rest. It's all in the smart contract, though there's no risk of bank run or hacking. You're just giving Gamma a permission to manage your portfolio, like your passive income portfolio. That means you can deposit USDC, DAI, USDT, all these stable coins and earn a 26% APY, like flat. And that too without the risk of impermanent loss or liquidation or anything.
That sounds pretty cool. So the way that one would get exposed to Gamma is by buying their token. Is that correct?
Well, you can go two ways about it. If you own the token, you earn the protocol revenue, a part of the protocol revenue. Second, you can just buy the tokens you want to deposit to the liquidity pool. For example, you want to do a pair of Matic. So you just buy Matic, trade it against W Matic or Wrap Matic or Anchor Matic, and then deposit both of them in a pool with Gamma. Or else you can just simply buy Gamma token. You can stake in their platform and earn continuous sustainable revenue on it. Important, I mean, this is crucial to watch, right? Gamma has a market cap of $20 million and the fully diluted valuation is just 35 million. Now, important fact, the total value locked in the project is 74 million. That's even double than the fully diluted valuation. As per the recent smart contract update, it's gone next to $100 million. We are talking a project that's producing or handling so much cash and its market cap is having a lot of room to grow. I think I'm pretty bullish on Gamma, to be honest. Non financial advice as always.
I think our less informed users and listeners, viewers will struggle when deploying funds, cash into a liquidity pool and wrapping and selling it against a wrapped Matic token, for example. So from an ease of accessibility perspective, is simply buying the Gamma token enough exposure for potential increase if there was one to come in the next bull run?
Yes, you are right. If a user just buys Gamma and stake it, he or she will be eligible to get those rewards or reap those rewards.
Okay, I'm going to put you on the spot. In the last 30 days, and we are recording this on a Sunday, 2nd of April. It will go out very soon, but what we're saying today is going to benefit our listeners for months to come. So, in the last 30 days, already this has grown 142%. Are we too late? One question. And then the second question is, where do we see this in the next bull run?
I encompass this project and several others to come as real world projects or real world asset building platforms on crypto, which means a projected valuation of $16 trillion by 2030, that's 7 years from now, is on the cards. Let's say crypto captures just 10% of that volume, that's 1.6 trillion, and that's the present market cap of all crypto combined. So probably we are looking at 100x or even 70 to 80x right here.
So at 35 cents a coin, this is potentially can reach somewhere in the region of $35. Obviously, non financial advice. We are taking educated guesses here based on our research and informing our users what we're looking into. Okay, cool. I think we can leave Gamma there. The next one that's pretty interesting is Goldfinch, GFI. Tell us a bit about GFI and why we're bullish on that.
Goldfinch is a really interesting project. It's backed by Coinbase, it's backed by industry leaders. The core team is from MIT. So you can see a lot of talent behind the project. And GFI or Goldfinch business is not in crypto. What GFI is doing, it's kind of a loan market where big projects or big infrastructures can apply for loan in GFI or decentrally. And people like VCs or big players or even holders of GFI token can lend out money to these players for infrastructure building, development, and everything. For that, they are getting almost 40 to 50% APR per project. That too on USDC and USDT. Like you lend stable coins and you're earning this much revenue or this much profit. What's the risk? Of course, the big projects can default, it can go bankrupt, but still, GFI will ensure that you will get your money's worth back because it's ensured by smart contracts.
Thanks for that little introduction. I just want to bring it back into focus back on the statistics. So currently it is trading at 56 cents. Its all-time high at the time of launch was $32. Currently it's trading at 56 cents. Just in the year alone, it's still down over 80%. And in the last 30 days, it's caught some of that growth back. And if we're looking on a month on month, it's only down 13%. So, where could this go in the future? The potential does seem to be huge. It doesn't look like this coin has moved much, certainly in the 30 days, and certainly when you compared back to all-time high. Where do we see this going?
First of all, let's try answering why this coin hasn't moved. First, the project launched at the wrong time. Second, the backers, Coinbase and big short players, they wanted a huge entrance, like a celebrated entrance for the project, and that's why the project launched at such a high valuation. Back then, it was not appealing to invest in the project because of such high valuation, but right now, at a 25 million market cap, I think GFI is a pretty good pick. Maybe it can go down a couple of cents more. I would happily pick it up when the market cap is 20 million or even 18, 15 million. That would be the ideal case. But yeah, I'm happy to accumulate at this range also. And the future for GFI is pretty vast. What's the conditions, right? The inter-country, international money trade is becoming more difficult these days. So, if a project with a proven or credible background in what they are doing can register and ask for funds from GFI, a decentralized platform, and users like you and me can contribute to that cause and earn high interest, that would be good for crypto and that would be good for people, other people also. But the real upside comes from the fact that GFI's business is outside crypto. They are not building a DeFi project, or they are not building a dApp for crypto users to access. They are just lending out money to real world projects who make real world things or infrastructure. That means the revenue for Goldfinch is sustainable. The only difference between Goldfinch and an industrial bank is that Goldfinch operates on crypto, the rewards are pretty high, and people can withdraw their money anytime. That's it.
Certainly strong fundamentals layered on the fact that it's not relying on blockchain solely. Really fantastic to hear. So I'm looking at the circulating supply. It's 44 million, nearly 45 million. It's got a total and max supply of just over 114 million. Should we be worried the fact that less than half is actually currently circulating? You mentioned about market cap, and it's a little bit over than what you would like it in terms of an entry point. But market cap and the circulating supply, how are they connected? And should there be a concern on that? Because there's a whole notion around token unlocking, etc., and VCs often banking in their profits at a stage that they can secure and release some liquidity. What's your take on it?
I think it's a fair point that the current circulating supply is almost half of the total or maximum supply. But when I checked, the project has most of its token, the unreleased tokens, in its rewards. And lenders, that means whoever is lending into the platform, whoever is depositing money into the platform, is getting GFI tokens as a reward. So I thought maybe they can dump this token, right? But when you realize that the rewards they are getting is like 200 tokens at a time or 100 tokens at a time, there's not enough risk to reward ratio to sell out the token. They are better off holding it because of the current situation. A 100 GFI token is just $55.
That's fantastic. Now, the next one that I'm really keen to talk about has both its total supply under 5 million, its circulating supply has maxed out already. The market cap is still relatively small, and it feels like this one everybody has forgotten about. So I'm just going to tease it a little bit. The circulating supply is just over 3 million, 100% all in the market already, and it's currently trading at $3.30. Over to you, Abe. What do you think about SORA with the ticker XOR?
I wonder how people have forgotten about Sora because in its prime days, like back in the 2021 bull run, the coin was trading above 700, $800. And currently, you would be surprised to know that it's trading for $3.30. Look what bear market does to projects. But on the contrary, looking at the bright side, we can see that this is an excellent investment opportunity. The market cap is currently 10 million and the project has excellent tokenomics. They know what they're doing. They have a good quality of developers. They are in the Polkadot ecosystem. And pretty soon they are going to compete for parachain auctions. And the fantastic thing about Sora is that they have their own wallet, they have their own ecosystem, all settled. Like it is not a starting project, it has already established. And summing all these together, I have high hopes for Sora. Ticker is XOR and it's currently trading at $3.30 to the point.
Just earlier, we were talking about the team behind SORA and the product and service offering that this team is providing. Can you tell us a little bit more about that? So yes, it's potentially going up for parachain auctions on the or within the Polkadot ecosystem, but what does it actually do? You touched on that they have a wallet. We spoke about they've got a very talented team. They are continuing to build, and they've been around since 2020 and perhaps even before. So let's strip that back and really tell people why we're bullish on this from an all-time high of above $800, and now it's only trading at $3.30. This is just fallen off a cliff from an attention perspective. But then this is where the biggest gems can be found.
Yeah, first of all, I'm more concentrated or more excited about the asymmetric upside Sora has. Even if it does a 30x from this point, it'll be nowhere close to its all time high. What Sora did when it entered the bear market amazed me. So, Sora launched an additional token as the reward token for staking Sora, and they reduced the APR to just less than 3% compared to an average inflation rate of 11 to 12% in Polkadot, 16 to 17% in Cosmos. Sora is just standing around 3% inflation, and that too, they're giving another token as the reward. What makes Sora special is not how great their community is, how great their technology is, but how good the risk reward ratio is. At 10 million market cap, you're getting a project with full ecosystem, full funding, a beautiful wallet with high end UI. The user interface is so good. It is unparalleled to what we usually get in Polkadot ecosystem, the Polkadot.js wallet. If people who use the wallet know how tricky it is to actually use the wallet, it's not user friendly at all. The next thing Sora provides is it has a metaverse narrative, it has a gaming narrative, and importantly, Sora actually cares about its tokenomics. Sora doesn't want further dumps to happen, and they are creating innovative solution for the same. I think for all these reasons, I'm pretty solid on Sora. You know that Sora already has a mobile wallet, while Polkadot.js isn't even available in mobile.
That's fantastic to hear. I think for anyone that's listening should do their own due diligence. Do not take our word for it. This is not financial advice, but we are just sharing the gems that we feel are the altcoin picks for the next bull run, especially the fact that nobody is talking about this, and especially the fact that when looking at risk reward, the potential is so high. So they're mostly under $1 because, in simple terms, that's what users and buyers and retail people look towards, but it's actually the market cap that we want to be focusing on and the potential it has for future growth. Abe, I think we need to end it here. This is not the end of it. It's only the first part of a few of these mini series that we will be outlining our picks for the next bull run gems so that our viewers, listeners, and readership can potentially start looking into these fundamentally strong projects. I think that's a wrap. Any closing comments before we return again with a part two and a part three of this series?
Yeah, I recommend our viewers and listeners to not take sudden financial actions. Do not put all your money in such nano caps, micro caps, back in because under 20 million or under 30 million, crypto still seems a gamble. So make educated or calculated investment strategies and do not lose all your money in a single microcap coin. That's it.
That is some sound advice, really, truly, to safeguard our viewers, listeners, and readership. Talking of readership, if you didn't know, AOV.xyz is live, and our featured piece right now at the moment, if you hop on over to our website, is what are the best Web3 alternatives to Web2? And we're talking things like switching from Google Chrome to a Web3 browser called Brave, which also offers not only complete control over their data and identity, but it also gives users access to decentralized applications and services. I think they've got their own token as well in terms of BAT rewards. So even simply using the browser, users can benefit. I mean, go across our website. That is our featured article at the moment. There's alpha everywhere that's connected to AOV, whether that's Twitter, YouTube, podcasts, or our website. But for now, it's been super fun. I'm glad you were able to jam with us today. That's it. Until next time, watch out for part two and part three.